Hello, guys. Okay, so we'll do another fun pick a card reading, and this is actually a request from one of the subscribers. Thank you to Mihail. I'm not sure if I pronounced the name correctly, but Mihail Zor actually suggested this pick a card reading request, which is, what is your crush's first impression of you? Now, two things, okay? Number one, this will not apply if you've never had a contact with this person, like you never even talked at all, okay? So definitely that will not apply. Number two is that it's not going to apply only for crushes. It could be, probably your significant other. If you want that, this will apply as well. So basically, what is their first impression of you when the first time you met, probably, or the first time you actually got a chance to talk to each other, okay? Things like that. And we will have three options here for you guys. The first one will be the tiger's eye. And this is a tiger's eye pendulum. Very beautiful. You may pause the video if you want. Okay, that's the first option. And then second option, we have the beautiful Labradorite, heart-shaped Labradorite. Okay. And then the third option would be the yellow Aventurine. Okay, so pause the video, choose which of these three crystals are actually calling you out, and then we'll get started with your reading. Hello, option number one, those who chose the beautiful tiger's eye, golden tiger's eye pendulum. Okay, let's put it over here. Let's try to find out what is your person's or your crush's first impression of you. Again, let me repeat myself. Like what I said in the intro, this will not apply if this crush of yours, you haven't talked to them at least once or twice. So definitely there should be a contact. You guys probably at least classmates or coworkers or somebody you've talked to, that there is definitely a contact. Another thing that I wanted to say, this will not only apply for crushes, okay? But the crush is the main, because that was a request. But I would like it to be more, not limiting basically to just crush. If you want to know how is your significant other or your partners or your ex or whoever that is that you have in mind, what are their first impression of you, that will apply in this reading, okay? So as usual, I'm going to do real-time shuffling, and I'm actually going to use the tarot deck ink tattoo ink. Oh my god, what am I talking about? Tattoo tarot, there you go, ink tarot. All right. Yeah, so let's get started. Let's find out what is your crush's first impression of you. Spirit, what is the group one people's crush's first impression of them? What is the impression of, okay, there we go. We have here Four of Wands. Wow. Okay, let me put it over there. What is the crushes of group one people? Okay. We have Four of Swords. Oh, a lot of fours, huh? So fours talk about stability, by the way. So you could be a very stable person, very grounded as well. What is group one's crush? First impression of them, Spirit. Whoa, that is... Okay, yeah, that's good. I only take 3 cards as a maximum anyway. Wow, we have the Emperor here. Okay. Next card we have Three of Wands. A lot of wands. So you could be a fire sign, all right? Or your person is. Oh, wow. 2 threes. 3 of coins, and then you have 3 of wands. Amazing. It's beautiful. One more, Spirit. What is group one's crush or significant other? What is the first impression of them? Thank you so much. Oh, that's 2. Let me actually do it again, because we just need one more. Just one more, Spirit, please. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of cards. Just one more, Spirit. One more. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we have, oh my God, 3 threes? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. That's why I so love real-time shuffling. Oh my God, we have a lot of repeating numbers. This is very, very significant. Okay, so what I can tell you first, I want to tell you that we have a lot of repeating numbers here, all right? So definitely I could sense a strong energy. You could also be seeing a lot of 444s or a lot of 4s, a lot of 3s. Go look that up, especially number 3. 3, and you know, it's Holy Trinity. So it could be divinely guided for some. I don't know why I'm pulled to say that. Maybe this is not just a crush. Maybe it's someone that you're actually connected with spiritually is what I'm hearing right now. Spiritual connection, because 3 is a very sacred number, all right? So go look up angel number 333. It's very, very strong here. And then 444, which is something to do as well. Go check out angel number 444, which also talks about stability. And yeah, the number 3 is also for the ascended master. That's why probably I'm hearing spiritual connection, okay? Spiritual connection. All right, so when it comes to signs and when it comes to energies, this is a very strong fire energy, okay? Fire, energy, and air. Fire and air. So for fire, it could be Aries, okay? Aries, the emperor. So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If it's a swords energy, that will be Aquarius, Libra, and then Gemini. All right. So what is your crush's or your person's first impression of you? They know that by the time they actually, you know, had that first encounter with you, their first impression was really like intense, you know? You are like this gem to them. There's something about unique. There's something unique about you that really caught their eye, is what I'm hearing right now. There is something about you, like, very unique is what I'm hearing. Very unique. You're like this gem, this crystal, like you stand out from the rest, okay? Their first impression of you is someone who's very balanced. You know, I don't know why I'm hearing that. They're very balanced. You are actually very... I'm hearing focused. You're a focused person, very focused. You know what you want. You are actually a very strong person. Like, there is some sort of like strong, like a leadership ability about you. Like, you have this boss energy about you. Boss, not in a negative way, okay? A leadership ability about you. Like, you make, whenever you talk, you make people listen. You have that, there you go, like command, what is that? A command about you. You know, that command skill, there you go, that command skill about you. When you talk, people would listen. You're probably, you know, someone who's very mature, okay? And people are drawn to your energy. It's like you're this crystal. There's something very unique about you. You made this person very impressed, that's for sure. Their first impression of you, they were impressed. Either something to do with, I'm really sensing the way you talk, the way you actually think as well, because you have the swords energy here, and swords energy communication, as well as the thoughts, right? So, and we all know that the Emperor, or Aries energy, Aries are actually natural born leaders. That is exactly why I really feel that this person, your crush or your significant other, whoever you're thinking about, that's their first impression of you. They're really impressed by you. You have this strong aura about you, very commanding. Not in a negative way, but you have this commanding, I keep on saying command skills, like command, like when you actually talk, when you say something, people would follow or people would listen. Okay, because you have earned their respect. That's what I wanted to say. They have earned your respect. You're a very respectful person. You're not the type of person who goes for shallow stuffs, you know? That's what I'm sensing with this energy holding this card. It's not like you're too serious, but it's just that you don't go for anything that is BS, okay? No small talk. You're the type of person like, don't waste my time, okay? I'm not in for a small talk. This is the type of person, or you are the type of person, because we're asking about you. What is their first impression about you? You're the type of person like, you know what? Don't waste my time. I don't go for small talks, okay? I mean business. I don't know why I said that. I mean business. I know what I want. This is what I want. Can you get it or not? If not, then fine. You're the type of person who's very direct, okay? Sometimes he can be stubborn too, okay? Because the Emperor can be very stubborn, but very brave. For some reason, when I saw this bird or eagle, whatever, I really sense that you're a very brave person, very independent person, not confused person. You know what you want and you're going to go for what you want. Very aggressive too. Okay, very aggressive type of people. That's their first impression of you. Another energy that I'm seeing, we have here the Three of Wands. Okay, so Three of Wands is actually could be. I don't know if you're referring to someone or you probably. I'm getting this energy right now. Somebody in the workplace. Maybe you're referring to someone that you're actually working with, that it's a crush, or probably this person you probably are already dating. I'm not sure. So many energies I'm picking up right now, but I'm picking up when I held this card and then I was looking at the Emperor. It could be a boss, okay? And you're the employee. I'm getting a lot of energies right now. Something to do with the workplace. Let's start with that first. So I can't, there's so many energies. So I'm just concentrate, first on this energy I'm strongly picking up right now. Something to do at work. Because we also have Three of Coins here, right? Three of Coins, something to do with work, okay? Community, all right? But I'm really strongly picking up workplace. I don't know whatever your work is, but something to do with the workplace. So I hope that resonates with you, okay? So take it as it resonates. But let me start off with this workplace energy I'm picking up right now. So this person could be someone that you met in the workplace. They could be, or you could be the boss, because I feel that this is more of your energy. If not, then flip it, okay? But I'm really strongly, feeling that you are actually this Emperor who possess that leadership abilities. Now we have the Three of Wands and the Three of Coins, and the energy that I got from there is work, okay? Is work. So somebody that you met in the workplace, and this person is actually, if not workplace, I'm also hearing right now like something to do with business, a business partner, business ventures, okay? So their first impression of you is that you're very hardworking. You really know. If you're resonating more with the workplace, let's start with that first, so not to confuse everyone, because my gosh, there's so many energies I'm picking up. One at a time, please. So with the workplace, they admire you a lot because, again, like what I said, you possess leadership abilities. You have this command skills. You are really powerful. If you're a guy watching this, you're an alpha male, I tell you. You have this dominating energy. Like when you enter the room, everybody's gonna wow. Everybody is going to look at you. You have this command, very magnetic, energy about you. Now, if you're feminine watching this or a woman watching this, still the same. You have this very, that's what I said earlier, like a boss figure, very leadership, strong leadership skills, and that's their first impression of you. They're very impressed how you think and how you talk and the way you actually deliver your message. It makes you lead people. You're born to be a leader, I tell you. Whoever watching this video and who chose number one, you really possess strong leadership abilities. You have the command. My God, that was so strong. And so that's the first energy I'm picking up when it comes to workplace, because that is strong. Either it's the boss, you are the boss, or they're the boss, and you are their employee. I don't know, a lot of energies here. But another energy I'm picking up as well, it could be business associates or business partners. Okay, so they like how you run your stuff, how you run your business. You're someone that is, you don't do anything dirty. I don't know why I'm saying that, but you do everything with integrity, okay? And you're direct to the point. What you want, you get. Call me, stubborn, or call me this. I don't care. I'm very much no, I'm hearing, what is that? I just heard it earlier. Oh my God. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. No beating around the bush. There you go. No beating around the bush type of person. I strongly heard that. Beating around the bush. You're very direct. Okay, you don't beat around the bush. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so there you go. And then we have the Three of Wands and Three of Coins. Another energy I'm also picking up is that their first impression of you, aside from you're very skillful, okay? You're very skillful in whatever task, job, whatever it is. Whatever it is that you're doing, they're impressed. In other words, to make it short, they're very impressed. You're a skillful, creative person. You have a lot to offer on the table, okay? And they're very, very impressed, amazed by that, okay? They're very impressed with how you think. I already said that. And how you communicate things, because you're very direct. What else that I'm picking up here? You're very, very patient too. Very patient. You know how to wait. For instance, if it's a business setting, it's like you're the type that you're patient. You're not in a rush for the ROI. So I don't know. My God, this is so financial. The return of investment. You're very patient, very, very patient when it comes. You could be someone who's really good when it comes to business or money, finances, and this person, your crush, is very impressed, very impressed. Either we're talking about your crush, your significant other, or you're the one that you're dating with. But definitely, you're very impressive. Now, with the Three of Swords here, okay, what I'm strongly picking up is that, I'm sorry, I don't think this is you. I mean, this is them. What I first actually heard is that you crush people's hearts. You're a heartbreaker. Probably because you look good. I don't know. That's really what the energy I'm picking up. Like you're a heartbreaker. Like you break a lot of hearts. Not meaning that you're so mean, or you're not meaning to say that you're a harsh person, but you kind of like break someone's heart. Maybe because you are, okay, I'm getting it. Yes. Okay, I'm getting it. All right, because you are someone that is, you're a heartbreaker because you're very intimidating. Okay, for some of you, I heard that really strong. You're a very intimidating person. So it's kind of like the people who really likes you, they're having a hard time approaching you because they put you on a pedestal and it's so hard to reach you. Okay, it's so hard to reach you. That's their first impression of you. But I'm hearing right now that by the time they get to know you, they would see a different side of you. They would see that more softer, not too bossy or leader type, They would see you as someone who's actually very sweet inside. You can even be childish at times, like childish, not in a way that is negative too, but somebody who knows how to have a good time, Like you can laugh at silly things and all that. So your crush's first impression of you, or your significant whoever that is, really looks up to you that way. That's very intimidating, hard to reach. They put you in a pedestal. You break their heart. You're a heartbreaker. Probably a lot of people are admiring you so much, but they're just afraid to approach you. And but once they get to know you well, they would see that this emperor is actually, not all too serious. This emperor is a good side, caring side about them. Very protective too. Very protective. Okay. So, all right. So I think we're done with this. I'm going to pull out more cards for you to check out for some more clues. All right, let's try to use with some of the oracle cards. Let's see here. Any additional clues for Group 1 people, Spirit, about the first impression of their crush? Whoa, okay. Oh, see? We have milk and honey. Okay, milk and honey talks about sweetness, of course. Obviously, it's about being sweet. Like what I told you, you could appear to be probably... I'm not going to read this from the book, okay? I'm going to read this intuitively. What I'm feeling is that, like what I said earlier, you could appear somewhat cold, intimidating, like you have this... And you have an energy of the swords, right? So swords is like, if you have air in your chart, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, they appear to be cold. Like detached, very distant, very cold and all that. But once they actually get to know you, you are actually this very, just like this cute little, elephant. Elephants are so big, right? They're so intimidating because of their size and all that. But look at this elephant here, enjoying enjoying itself in the milk and honey bath, and I don't know, bath, but very sweet, very, how to have a good time. Just like what I said earlier, how to have a good time. Like this elephant over here having a good time and just being, childish, playful and all that. You have this sweetness about you. It's not all about business, like it's very cold, finance and all that. All right. So their first impression of you is definitely awesome. I really feel that this person admires you a lot for your skills. You are actually a gem to them. Like, wow, I've never met someone who I want to be like this person. This person is actually awesome. This person is so strong, whether you're a male or female watching this, your person really thinks that you're freaking strong. But once they see that side of you, that you're actually very sweet, you're actually someone who's very caring and very protective too, because remember that elephants are actually very protective, right? They're very protective and they won't forget. Whatever good deeds or bad deeds you did to them, they will never forget. So it's the same with you. That's how they look at you. That's their first impression when you guys met, okay? That's their first impression. What else should I pull out here? Okay, let me actually pull out. I'm being told to check out this archetype cards for you. Okay, let's see here. Spirit, any other additional clues for group 1 people about the impression? Okay, there you go. Let's see here. Well, monk or nun. Some figure here. Okay. It's selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Shadow attributes, negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. Okay. So again, like what I said, you can also be very spiritual as well. They look up to you because you are actually someone who is like a monk and nun. People look up to them, right? Because they're figures. They're strong figures. So maybe this is what Spirit just wanted to say. They used this card, or this card flipped out, because they just wanted to emphasize the point that I'm trying to say earlier, that you are this really strong figure. That you have this command skills. Remember, when a monk actually shares their wisdom, right? People would listen. Okay, and then a nun as well, someone who's a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. For some of you, I'm picking up, there's a strong word I'm hearing right now, motivational speaker, whoever that is. Somebody says, oh my God, I'm getting the chills. Why am I getting the chills? Okay, I'm getting a tingling sensation right now. Okay, so I heard a motivational speaker. I don't know who that is. Whoever watching this could be a motivational speaker. You're a public figure. I'm hearing that. Oh my God, that was so strong. Public figure. You could be a public figure. You're pretty popular. You're well known by people. Okay? That's your first impression of you. Like, wow, you have this command skills. When you talk, people listen. People admire you for your leadership abilities, the way you talk, the way you think. Somebody that you said, if you're a motivational speaker watching this right now, then that's their first impression. They're amazed by your knowledge, your wisdom, your brilliance is what I'm hearing right now. So yeah, whoever, that's a strong energy there that I pick up, that I got the chill. So somebody's actually a motivational speaker. Somebody is a public figure. Somebody to do with talking, speaking, speaker. Okay. So yeah, that's awesome. Wow, that was strong. All right. So what else? What else am I going to pull out here? I think we're running out of time though, so yeah, I think that will be it. I'm not seeing any other cards that we should be using. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, like what I said earlier, this person looks up to you as someone who has a very strong leadership abilities. You're a strong person, okay? Whether you're not in a business, whether you're actually not in a leadership position, it's your energy. You have this command skills, okay? You're really good when it comes to communication. You're like this crystal, one of a kind, one of a kind. You have this command skills. People really, stop. When you enter the room, you make people like just look at you in awe, And then what else? Four of Swords, you know when to take a break, have a good time. You're very balanced as well. And go look up 444 or 333. Okay, that's very significant for you, because that's a really strong number for you. Somebody you met in the workplace, okay? or yeah, there's crush of yours probably you met in the workplace or business venture, business partner. Yeah, somebody is also a heartbreaker because people are intimidated by your, aura or your energy, because you're really strong, whoever you are. So anyway, we're running out of time. I hope that resonated with you. If it didn't resonate, obviously, like what we always say, go pick up another pile, or pick another pile, or maybe this reading is just simply not for you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching group number 1. See you again next time. Love and light. Hello, group 2 people, those who chose the Labradorite, heart-shaped Labradorite. Very powerful. I love this. It's my favorite because it enhances your psychic abilities, by the way. All right, so let's get started with your reading. Let's put that over here. And let's find out what is your crushes. If this will not apply with crushes only, okay? I have 2 things for you before we get started. Number 1 is that this will not apply if you've never even talked to that person. Obviously, how can he give you an impression when you've never had at least a face-to-face or at least a short talk or whatever? Number 2 is that this will not only apply for crushes. So if you're asking about a significant other or the person you're dating, this will apply. It will apply in this reading as well. All right, but because this is a requested reading from a viewer, Mihail, I think, Mihail Zor. So thank you for the suggestion as well, Mihail, or Zor. Yeah, that's why we're going to go with what is your crush's first impression of you. So anyway, let's get started. Spirit, what is the first impression of group 2's crush? Okay. What is the first impression of group 2's crush or significant other or partner? Whoever it is that they have in mind, what is the first impression? Wow. You got King of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It could be you. What is group 2's crush? First impression about them? What is the first impression of group 2's crush? Oh, wow, I bumped the camera. Sorry about that. What is the impression of... Oh, wow. Okay. Got... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's the beauty of real-time shuffling. I didn't make that up. The King and Queen of Swords. Counterparts. Smell love here already. I don't know if it's just a crush. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, Spirit, what is the first impression of group 2's crush or significant other, or the person they're dating maybe, or the person that they like, Whoa, hold on. That was actually really... Let me do that again. I've got a lot of cards that popped. What is the first impression of group 2's crush about them? Oh my God, there you go. What? Another swords? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Knight of Swords. A lot of swords energy here. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Wow, that was strong. That was strong. Wow, you saw me shuffle, right? Gosh. Okay, what is the first impression of group 2 people? Of their crush. What is their crush's first impression of them? Whoa, hold on. Spirit, what is the first impression of group 2's crush? Thank you. Got the Moon. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. All right. 2 more cards, Spirit, please. 2 more cards. First impression of group 2's crush. Whoa. Got King of Wands. Fire energy. Fire in the air. So that's Aries, Leo, Sag. It could be you, it could be them. Or you have both in your chart. Whoa, that was strong. Oh my God. Knave of Wands. A lot of court cards here. Haven't you noticed? A lot of court cards. Okay. You must have a lot of sight in you. I'm being pulled to say that. You have a lot of sight in you. So their first impression of you is that, yeah, you're multifaceted. Like there's so many sides in you. I don't know. I'm pulled to saying that. I'm not saying you're schizophrenic or what, but it's just that you have, I mean it in a very nice way, beautiful way. Like you have a lot of sides in you. Like you're not the predictable type. It's like, yeah, because we have the moon here. Moon is very mysterious. Okay. So you're someone who's very unpredictable. Like you have a lot of facets, you have a lot of sides in you. Okay. You have, sometimes you can act like this or you can be like this. If I want to, okay, now I'm getting it. All right. I'm hearing right now that you're actually acting like, whatever it is that you wanted to project. Okay. To different people. Like for this person A, I'm going to act like this. Okay, person B, I'm going to act like this. It depends on how much information you're going to give, either information or the way you actually behave. Okay, you behave at a certain way towards a certain people or person rather. Okay, so that's their first impression of you. You're someone who's very intellectual, and I tell you, I'm already like sensing your energy right now. You're very, very, wow, strong, very intellectual. You're good at mind games too. Oh God, why do I need to say that? Okay, well, I'm just not going to, sugarcoat things, but I'm just going to say what I'm hearing right now. But you're very direct. You're actually very cutting with your words, you are a strong Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy, or you have that in your chart. You're someone who's actually their first impression of you, your crush or your significant other. The first thing that popped into my head is, again, what I said earlier. Like you have different sides. You're unpredictable. It's like a snake. I don't know why I'm saying the snake right now in my mind. Like a snake, like slithering. Like you can't predict when you're going to attack. Okay. So I'm also picking up, the next thing I'm picking up about you, that their first impression about you is that you're very, very much intellectual. You're very strong, logical, very logical, high IQ. Oh my God. Really, really intellectual. Then I heard mind games that sometimes you can, oh my God, why did I hear that? Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. I swear. You know how I'm enthusiastic I am. I just saw a snake in my mind. And I just realized now that there's a snake over here. I swear. Oh my God. This is weird. And we have another snake here. Oh my God. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm so enthusiastic. A lot of people actually drop a comment and said, you know what, I love your enthusiasm. You were like saying, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, you know me, I'm just going to act, the way I want to act. But I'm enthusiastic. But anyway, going back, I swear, I told you, I saw a brown snake. That's what I saw in my mind. It flashed in my mind. So I'm actually distracted there. I was shocked when I saw two snakes here. So anyway, yeah, just like a snake. You're very intellectual. You're sneaky at times, or, unpredictable is a strong word. Unpredictable. Like they don't know what you're thinking at times. You confuse your crush or whoever you're actually asking about. Or rather, yeah, you're actually inquiring about. You really confuse your crush, I could feel. They're really confused. They don't know. You're unpredictable. Like, they don't know what's going to be your next move, You're somewhat very flexible as well, You're changeable, although air signs are actually, well, if it's an Aquarius, it's a fixed sign, so it's not a changeable. But I'm hearing like changeable, probably because the snake sheds their skin, right? Like there are changes. You change. Something about the word change. And then I'm also picking up, aside from the strong intellectual, that's your first impression of you, like strong intellectual skills or personality or behavior, you are actually very calculating. Again, I'm hearing that, calculating. Sometimes you think 20 steps ahead. That's how intellectual you are, or maybe even 50 steps ahead. You're a great planner. You love to plan things, ahead. Like, I'm seeing someone who's actually very organized. Like, everything is sorted out, or everything is actually like planned, That's your first impression of you. They're very impressed by that, They're really, really impressed. Your person finds you sexy. I'm hearing that now. They find how sexy your brain is. Number two, they find how sexy it is that you actually puzzle them. Actually, they find it sexy that you're unpredictable, because like you could probably be dealing with a Scorpio, okay? Not all of you, okay? So if you are the air sign with the air and fire, you can be dealing with a Scorpio, okay? And this Scorpio, I'm really hearing that now. This Scorpio, if you're not resonating with that, it's okay. Any other water sign. But definitely it's a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, especially Pisces here, because we have the moon. But there's something really specific about a Scorpio, because Scorpios love mystery. I'm a Scorpio, by the way. That's why I love mystery. I love anything that is actually mentally stimulating, because we don't want boring things. Okay. We want mystery. So I'm strongly picking up on that one. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but you could be dealing with a Scorpio who's very fascinated with your mind, with your brilliant mind, okay? And they love the fact, and they find it sexy, that they cannot predict your moves, because Scorpios are actually really good when it comes to reading people, okay? Scorpios are detectives of the zodiac, so they kind of know what are your what makes you tick, okay? Because they love to observe. So I guess that's the reason why you both really have this strong connection. Like, there's a strong, intense connection between the both of you. You could also be dealing, another energy I'm picking up, either Pisces, okay, a strong Pisces here, very dreamy. They like your dreamy side. They like how mysterious you are. Like what I said, very mysterious and unpredictable. You're someone who's very, you don't show your emotions for some reason. I'm picking that up. It's hard to read your emotions too. That's your first impression of you. It's hard to read your emotions. Like, I can't freaking read this person. I really don't know what he thinks or what he feels, or what she feels or what she thinks, okay? Flip the roles, okay? And then another energy I'm picking up is that this person is so strongly and attracted intensely. Actually, it's both ways. You both, even if it's a crush, you just don't know. Your crush is intensely attracted towards you. There's a strong attraction, It could be a twin flame as well. For some reason, oh God, this is strong. I'm really picking up a strong twin flame connection here. Look at these two dogs, different colors and all that. A twin flame, because you guys are actually a counterpart. Come on, look at this. We have the King and Queen of Swords. You could also be an air sign, and your crush is also an air sign, all right? Because I'm picking up a lot of energy. So if you're not resonating with the Scorpio thing or the Pisces thing, then you can go with the both of you have air in your chart. So yeah, they see you, or their first impression of you is like, wow, I found my match. Probably your person is also like that. Their first impression is like, I think I found my match, Because you're the type of person gets bored when, you don't like small talk, or you don't like boring people. I'm sorry, I'm going to be blunt here. When you actually, I don't know why I need to say this. For some of you, I'm feeling your energy as if you can get somewhat cold or very cutthroat, or there's something with the way of words that you can cut people off sometimes with, when you find them boring, or when you find that the conversation is going nonsense, or it's like nonsense, you tend to get really irritated. And then when you get ticked off, you actually cut that person, very tactless at times. So yeah, I'm picking that up. And actually, they like your brutality. They like your honesty. Actually, they find it like, wow, this person really is cutthroat, Like, if they don't like what you're talking about and they find it stupid, they would actually just really try to cut you off, Excuse me. Yeah, there you go. My throat suddenly got choked up. Wow. So anyway, yeah, that's your first impression of you. You could be cutting with your words, very, very direct, very blunt, Another energy I'm picking up, you have this King of Wands here. King of Wands actually talks about someone who is, again, a go-getter, very ambitious, very passionate, okay? very mature, although we have the Knave of Wands here too, okay? But again, you have a lot of sides in you, like what I'm saying, what I'm seeing, because you have a lot of court cards here. You know, you have a lot of side in you. There's also passion in you. They also find you someone who's very passionate and fiery, like a go-getter. Like, you know, you are really good as well when it comes to communication. I could sense someone who's actually talking really with force, you know, with force, really strong. You are very charismatic is what I'm feeling right now. Very charismatic, very charming. You may be someone who's actually if you're a guy watching this, I could really sense that you're very, oh my God, you're very, very charismatic, that a lot of women are going gaga for you, okay? Very sexy and very strong, very passionate. You have this strong charisma about you. If you're a guy, if you're a woman, it's still the same. You have this strong, sexy energy about you. You're very sassy. I don't know why I need to say that. Very sassy and very direct. You know, you might be a woman who's actually, might be, you know, dressing really good, you know, their first impression of you when it comes to fashion. I don't know why I'm picking that up. Something to do as well with how you dress up and how you exude your confidence. You know, they love that. They could also, for some of you guys, small percentage, you could have tattoos, and they like your tattoos, by the way, okay? Not for all of you. For some of you, they love your tats, and they find it sexy, especially if you're a woman and you have tats. They like it, like, oh my God, it turns me on, you know? All right, for some guys, again, very charismatic. I could feel sexual energy here, so maybe you guys are also strongly sexually attracted towards each other. Picking up this card, I'm really feeling a strong sexual energy, like there's a sexual attraction between both of you, your crush, or whether that's your crush, your partner, significant other, the person you're dating, or whoever it is that's on your mind right now. So yeah, strong sexual energy. And then they like how sexy you are, you know, very sexy, very hot, you know. For some of you, if you're a guy watching, you could be someone who has this beard, okay? You could look like this guy, a long hair with beard, facial hair, and they love it. They find it sexy too. That's their first impression as well. There's something about your hairstyle that you do with your hair. They find it cool, like, wow, that's freaking cool, kick ass. I'm getting that energy right now, like, wow, kick ass, that guy is so freaking cool, like a bad boy image, you know, with the tats and all that. Or if not, there's something about the hair that you're actually doing. And then for the girls, something to do with fashion, the way you dress. I don't see that so provocative. For some of you, yes, but it's something about the dress that you're wearing, and they find it sexy. That's your first impression of you. That's when it comes to physical, okay? And then another thing is, for a small percentage of you, it's the tattoos. You know, I'm strongly picking that up. What else? Their first impression of you is that holding this Knave of Wands, you're actually very, you can be very flirty. Somebody's flirty here, like very flirty. They like how you pull out some jokes, very charismatic, like what I said, you know, pull out some jokes. They like how you actually try to get someone's attention, either with your jokes or how you talk, okay? I'm really feeling the Casanova type here. Oh my God. Why am I feeling this? If you're a woman, you're really good when it comes to, you know, getting someone's attention. That's what I'm picking up. That's your first impression. You do it effortlessly. Like, you don't need to show your body or, you know, to flash your body just to get someone's attention. So it comes naturally, very effortlessly. You have this strong charisma, magnetic thing about you. All right. What else am I picking up? Yeah, just really something about the hair. There's something about the hair and then we have facial hair too. Except for the woman, of course. But you could have really beautiful eyes for the woman. You could have very beautiful, sharp, piercing eyes, is what I'm picking up. And a really beautiful eyebrows. Okay. And you know what? Okay. All right. Let's keep it PG. Oh, God. Anyway. All right. I think that's about it. Okay. So, yeah. They love how intellectual you are. You can be sneaky. You can be also, the only downside is that people shouldn't mess with you because he can be the snake. Like what I said, I earlier saw a snake, brown snake to be exact, that flashed in my mind. So you could be somewhat poisonous, if you actually, when you if you get pissed off on something, you can turn into a snake. You can bite. You can be very poisonous, like the venom of the snake. Okay, so you can be very calculating, again, sneaky and all that. And then I heard mental games, mind games earlier. Because you're very strong, intellectual. Wow, really, really strong intellectually. And you're really good with words, really good with words, very passionate too, unpredictable, like what I said earlier, very unpredictable. You could be dealing with a twin flame, because I'm feeling a mirroring effect here. It's like both of you are the same, and both of you are the same. So this could be a strong twin flame soulmate connection. Okay, now let's try to pull out some cards. We actually try to, for additional clues, Spirit, any additional clues for group 2 people about the crush's first impression of them? Whoa, hold on. Let me do that again. It's funny, there's a lot of court cards, and you're probably dealing with your divine counterpart, like what I said, because you have the King and the Queen of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Okay, whoa. Okay, I'm gonna get that. Time to go. Okay. All right, okay. So I'm not going to read this. I'm not going to read this based on the Wisdom of the Oracle guidebook, okay? The first thing that popped into my mind when I actually saw this time to go, I feel that your crush or your first, your crush or your significant other's first impression of you, like what I said, they don't like to deal with BS, okay? They don't want to deal with BS. There's someone who's actually going to walk away from you if you're actually, like what I said earlier, if you're nonsense, if you're talking nonsense or you're full of, drama or crap, you are the type of person that you don't want to deal with that, Sometimes it turns you off when a person is actually not mentally stimulating. It's like, okay, time to go. I don't like this, I don't go for that. You get bored easily, especially if the person you're dealing with is someone, someone who's actually, again, like stimulating you mentally, because you're a very logical, very intellectual person. You want someone that matches your vibration. And that is awesome, because like what I said earlier, it's a match. Because we both have a counterpart here. We have the King and Queen of Swords. So that's your first the impression of your crush, the first impression, like, I like this person so much. We match on a lot of levels, and they're also this type of people too. Like, they don't want to deal with any of those dramas, any of those mundane or shallow things, You yourself, you get easily turned off when you're dealing with a partner, or rather with a person who is actually not stimulating you mentally. You get turned off, like, you don't like that. You want somebody who's actually filled with creative ideas, a lot of topics, whether that's politics, anything under the sun, okay? And when you don't find that, you go. Time to go. Now, I'm moving on to the next. You're that type of person, okay? That's your first impression of you. And so the last one for additional clue, let's try this. Archetype cards. All right. Spirit, any additional clues? Oh, wow, that's fast. Athlete, okay? On the go, always, right? Very flexible, like what I said. Okay, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Shadow attributes, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, entitlement. So what I'm strongly picking up here, you could be, somebody who's actually very fit. That's also their first impression of you. They like your body. They like how physically fit you are. You might be this person here, like, well-toned. You probably go to the gym a lot, or how you always work out. You got great physical body. That's their first impression of you. They like how fit you are, something to do with the arms, okay? Something to do with the arms. Both men and women. If you're a woman watching this, if you're a guy watching this, and look at this Queen of Swords, I was drawn to her arms earlier too, right? Something about your arms, okay? Or your hand. you know, there's something about it that they find so sexy too. Their biceps, you know. Yeah. So you're someone who's actually very on the go, very flexible. You could be a Gemini. I'm hearing Gemini too, because Gemini are actually very flexible, and they actually walk fast. They're like athletes, you know. They walk fast, they talk fast, you know. I remember I know someone who's a Gemini. She's a woman, okay, and my gosh, she always hit the gym, and she loves to run. She does marathon, and then what I noticed that she always fidgets her feet. I don't know. They have this, Gemini does have that kind of, you know, that kind of, what do you call that, trait, or not trait, but mannerism. There you go, mannerism. So you could be an athlete, you know, or you probably love, you know, anything physical sport, or sports maybe, either running, like what I said, jogging, soccer, you know, whatever that is. So again, they find you, but what's actually, calling me out more on this card, or calling to me more, is that the hands, you could be physically fit. They like your body, you know. You could be someone who's hitting the gym a lot. You're a gym rat, or somebody who's really sexy. They find your body sexy too. Okay, so I guess that's about it. I don't see anything else. But anyway, thank you so much. I hope that resonated with you. If it didn't, choose another pile. If it didn't still, this reading is simply not for you, okay? All right. But thank you for watching. Enjoy your day, or whatever, day or night. Love and light. Bye-bye. Okay, now we're off to the last group, and the last one would be this yellow Aventurine. Okay, let's try to find out what is your crush's first impression of you. Now, two things I would like to tell you before we begin. Number one, this will not apply if you're referring to someone who never even talked to you, or you've never had a face-to-face thing, or even a conversation once or twice or thrice, okay? Number two, this will not apply just only, or limited only, for crushes. If you have a significant other, or you're dating someone right now and you're curious as to what is their first impression about you, it would also apply in this reading, okay? So let's get started. Spirit, what is the first impression of Group 3's crush? The first impression of their crush about Group 3. There you go. Much clearer. What is the impression of Group 3's crush about them? Oh my god, why am I giggling? All right. Okay, first card. Let's see here. Four of Swords. Okay, let's put it over here. Readings by Miley. A lot of people are, oh my god, a lot of people are saying, like, you know, the Miley Cyrus feedback. Hold on, let me get that card. It flew farther. Okay. All right, let me adjust my sitting position here. Okay. Oh, wow. We have Knight of Wands. Could be a Sag. Then we have Nine of Coins. Okay, we have all elements almost without the water here. Okay, we put it there. Three more, Spirit. What is the first impression of Group 3's crush about them? Whoa. We got High Priestess. Whoa, beautiful. We got Eight of Wands. Okay, one more card. Strong fire, though. Yeah, strong fire energy. Could be a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Doesn't have to be just the energy, okay? One more card, Spirit, please. First impression of Group 3's crush about them. Thank you so much. We have Seven of Wands. Again, a lot of fire. Wow. Okay. All right. So, again, like what I said, let me actually just put this over here so you can see it. What I'm strongly sensing here is that your person's, you could be, first, let me go with the energies or the signs. So what I'm seeing here, when it comes to signs, it could be Sagittarius, okay? And then also, or any fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. And then I'm also picking up a strong Pisces for some reason, I don't know. Strong Pisces, or but it's mostly really fire. I could feel the fire and the, mystery here. I'm really sensing that what they like about you, their first impression about you, is that you're actually a sociable person, okay? Excuse me. You're actually someone who's very sociable. You are, what they like about you is the fact that you know how to socialize with any type of person. I know there's no Libra energy here, but I'm also picking that up. Like, you really are good when it comes to socializing with people. You're very charismatic. A lot of people are very drawn to you. They're drawn to you. You have this charisma about you. You have this charisma, this charm. People are charmed by you. What they like a lot about you, or the first impression of your crush, is that, again, you're very sociable. They find you very good when it comes to social settings, okay? You can deal with different types of personality. There you go. And then you are also someone who's very independent. Their first impression of you is that you're the type of person that I don't need anybody. It's not in a negative way, like I don't need anybody. It's more of like I'm very independent. I don't need, you're the type of person that is not desperate to have a, there you go, relationship. You date around though, but you're actually not someone who's actually desperate to be in a relationship because you enjoy being single. That's their first impression of you. Their first impression of you is that you're the type who doesn't want to commit. You enjoy probably socializing, dating around, but you're very, very independent, very strong. You can be someone who's already very stable too. I'm picking that up. Someone who's very stable. Someone who already has almost everything. It's like you almost have everything except relationship or commitment. That's what I'm picking up right now. And so that's your crush's first impression of you. You're really good when it comes to drawing people like magnets towards you. And then you're really good when it comes to communicating with them. And you know what makes people tick. You're a great observer too. That's what I'm picking up right now. You're a very great observer. You're really good when it comes to talking, very communicative. But could also be very flirtatious, all right? Let me put that out. That's their first impression of you. You could be very flirtatious and sensual, all right? Somebody here really, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody who's actually very flirtatious and very sensual, okay? And you draw attention of people. You draw them easily to you. They like how independent you are. You could be somebody who's actually really good when it comes to money. For some of you guys are actually entrepreneurs, I'm hearing. You have your own business, and then you're just enjoying everything. It's like you are a self-made person. I'm hearing that. Self-made person, is that the word? Yeah, self-made person. I don't know, I'm hearing that. But the only thing that is missing is actually getting into a commitment with you, because I strongly feel that a lot of people are drawn to your energy. You could be someone who's very popular too. If you're a guy, a lot of girls are actually going gaga for you. Oh my God, they find you so sexy. They find you this so hot, and it looks like you have almost everything. You're financially stable. You got your S together. You know what I mean? But when they're a lot of people wanted to be yours when it comes to commitment, is what I'm strongly picking up. But it's like they are having a hard time actually tying you down, Another energy that I'm picking up here, what their first impression about you, is that you love to travel. They love, somebody here, just take it as it resonates. Somebody here loves to travel, okay? Loves to travel a lot, has been through a lot of places, whether cities, states, or countries, okay? And they love that a lot about you, that you're actually a free spirit is what I'm hearing. You're a free-spirited person. You love adventures. That's their first impression of you. You're the type of person that gets them excited when it comes to travel too, because you're very enthusiastic, you inspire them like, oh my God, I want to go to that place too, because they see you as this free spirit, very Sagittarius energy, very free spirited. You love to travel, you take things lightly, like with the Four of Swords here, like you take a break, you take a rest. You're not someone who's actually, you have this fiery energy, but I'm not seeing like a very strong, it's more of a sexual energy. I'll be blunt, okay? I'll be blunt. But I'm not seeing like so ambitious, like, you're not like that. You are ambitious, but quite grounded. I'm feeling like you have there's a balance here, like a balance of not too overly aggressive. Okay, let's put it that way. Not too overly aggressive. And so your person finds you as someone who's very enthusiastic as well when it comes to travel, because you have this motto. Not going to resonate for all of you, okay? But you have, whoever watching this who resonates, you have this motto that, live life to the fullest. Like every single life, you're gonna take as many journeys as you want, because these are experiences. And you're the type of person who loves to experience. Experience is a teacher for you. It teaches you a lot, and you love to learn. You're someone who actually loves to learn a lot from people. That's why you love socializing with people too, because you get to learn from people and you impart your wisdom as well to them with the High Priestess here. Someone is very spiritual here. Okay, you can be a very spiritual person. And also another energy I'm picking up, those people who's actually like going gaga for you, like they're so in love with you, like, oh my God, he's so hot or she's so hot, I want to be with her, I want to be his or her girlfriend or boyfriend, I want to her partner or his partner. And the only thing that's missing is commitment, because I really strongly sense that you're not the type of person who's gonna commit right away, or it takes time for you to commit, because you're enjoying your single life here. We have the Knight of Coins or Nine of Pentacles. Someone is single, okay? You're just enjoying your time. You're a very free-spirited, fun-loving type of person. For some of you, very flirty, okay? Flirtatious, sensual, okay? And then they find you mysterious, because they're like, there's something about this person. Like, even though you're funny and humorous and all that, there's this really depth about you with the High Priestess. There's something mysterious about you, and they love that. That's their crushes or your person's first impression of you. Like, you have this wisdom about you, like what I said earlier. You love to learn from people, and then you learn from people, and then you love to impart whatever it is that you've learned. And that's also why we have the travel. For some reason, somebody really wants to travel. I'm drawn to this ship over here. So something to do with journey, travel. Along the journey, for me, this is enlightenment, okay? You're enlightened, like you've learned a lot from people, places, events, whatever that is. Because you're a type of person who loves to learn. Like while I'm still here on this earth, I'm going to live life to the fullest. I'm going to learn more things. It's like, a Page of Wands energy as well, where you're looking forward to the next journey. You're the type of person you're actually you're not the type of person who likes routine, you can change a lot. You're somebody, let's go, go, go. I'm really feeling that energy. Let's go. What's the next journey? What's the next step? What's the next challenge? What's the next big thing? That kind of energy. And you are very, very mysterious to people. Your person finds you very mysterious. Somebody is also very spiritual. Somebody here is very spiritual, by the way. Very mysterious, but spiritual. Like, I won't be, surprised if somebody here is actually meditating a lot, doing yoga or meditating, okay? I'm strongly sensing that right now. With the Four of Swords here, some of you can be, resting, right? Resting, but for me, it's healing. For me, I'm picking up more of a healing. You're the type of person that after a long journey or after going to many places, because what I can also sense is that your energy is sometimes can be very scattered though. But when you wanted to take a break, you take a break. You hibernate, like you hibernate and take a rest. You're that kind of person. All right. And then again, oh my God, I just realized it now. We have Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands talks about travel, right? Fast, intense action. It's an action card, so it's a fast, intense. So, like what I said earlier, you are very good when it comes to communication, You can also be very sensual because Eight of Wands talks about sexual energies, really sexual. When you probably actually deal with a person of opposite sex, you turn them on easily. You know, you get turned on because, again, like what I said, this is the Knight of Wands is the player of the zodiac. Rather, again, I keep on saying the player of the zodiac, the player of the deck. Okay, so you're actually somebody who's very like a player type because, you know, people are drawn to you, you know, you have a lot of admirers, you know, and so very sexual. That's why I said earlier, a strong sexual energy here with the Eight of Wands too. It could also mean that you love to travel because Eight of Wands also talks about travel, like what I said with the ship here, okay? So that's their first impression of you, that you're somebody who actually loves to travel too, or very good when it comes to the opposite sex. You're just charming personality. You have a way with words as well. With the Seven of Wands, I feel that you're actually someone can be very guarded at times, okay? Very guarded or very defensive at times. But I'm also sensing that you're also very protective of your friends. I'm picking up that strongly right now. You're also very protective of your friends and family, okay? Very protective, you know? You can be a humanitarian for some reason. I'm picking that up right now. Okay, so I hope that helps. But we still have cards for you. Man, I've been talking here for more than an hour again. All right, but yeah, some of you are very spiritual, you know, very enlightened. And just easygoing. You don't want drama or anything like that. You just type of person like, let's just enjoy life. Can we just enjoy life? All right. You want peace for some reason with that Four of Swords, by the way. Again, let me pull that out. Another meaning that I'm picking up right now, you like peace. You know, everything is peaceful. Very zen-like. All right, so Spirit, any more additional clues for group 3 people about their crush's first impression of them? Any other additional clues for group 3 people? Wow, cards are sticky. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Wow, message in a bottle. Wow. Again, like what I said, you could be online as well. For some of you guys met online, and then you've been posting something on social media, okay, that they like. That's what they like about you. Probably something to do with, you know, the things that you're posting there. I don't know. I'm really, like strongly picking that up. Like, probably some pictures or travel. When you travel, there's something that you posted online about travel places that you've been to. Okay, I'm strongly picking that up. Like that's their first impression. Like, wow, this person, this guy, this girl, I want to be like her. She or he is very adventurous. You know, like they're inspired because probably your crush is also into traveling. They love to travel too. I don't know. It's not gonna resonate for some, but I feel the need to say that right now. And then another thing with a message in a bottle, again, like what I said, you're very communicative with a telephone here, any forms of communication, but very communicative. You love to talk to a lot of people, different types of people. And at the same time, I'm also picking up that you guys, again, something to do with social media. You guys have been, you know, probably, you know, talking right now, and they love your ideas. They love your ideas. They like what you post at your social media. You know, the travel, I keep on saying that, travel, like something to do with the places you've been to. Places is really, really strong here. Take it as it resonates. Or some of the things, quotes. I'm picking up quotes as well with a message. Quotes that you posted that they actually like. They like how you think, basically. Like with the High Priestess here, High Priestess is actually very spiritual, okay? Something that you shared, you know, a spiritual lesson, something that you shared that actually, you know, impressed them a lot. So that's their first impression of you. They like how you think. They love how enthusiastic you are, adventurous you are. You live life to the fullest. You're a very free-spirited person. You could be very flirtatious, charismatic too. That's their first impression. Okay. So again, this is what their you know, their thoughts. It could not be true, but these rather are their first impression of you. Okay. Now, as the last card, we'll try to use the archetype decks for additional clues. Spirit, any additional clues for group 3 people about the first impression? Whoa, that's a lot though. I'm not going to take that. First impression of group 3 people. Whoa, okay, there you go. Wow, we got 3. Okay. All right, let's see here. Prince, wow. Let me read that. Hold on, let me actually. What did I say? You're a charming person, right? A charmer. We have romantic charm and potential for power, but for shadow attributes, using power for herself. I can't pronounce that. Sorry. Aggrandizement. Aggrandizement. I don't know. That's the first time I actually came across that word. I'm sorry. But anyway, but yeah, just like what I said, you have this charm about you. You love to charm. You're probably a smooth talker. If you're a guy, you know, you can pick up girls easily in a snap because you do it effortlessly. They're very much drawn to your charming personality, and I'm hearing sexual energy too, okay? Very sexual with the Knave of Wands or the Knight of Wands. Very sexual too. You might have a good body too. When it comes to physical thing, there's something about your hair. Very beautiful hair. Male or female watching this, there's something about your hair. I'm strongly picking that up. You can be very romantic. That's what they like about you. They find you very romantic, okay? Then we have the servant here. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Shadow attribute, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. So I'm picking up that, again, based on what we're seeing here right now, you're actually, again, good with people. You love to serve people. Like what I said, you know, you can be a humanitarian, you know? You love dealing with a lot of people. You're very popular with people. They admire you, really, for your good heart. You can be someone who's actually participating even with a charity, you know, charity work, helping people, environment. You know, maybe that's why you also do travel. Like, you know, you are very concerned with the environment, something to do with that. And you love just to serve people. You know, you're very free-spirited. Again, the word free and loving heart. Okay, the last one is actually blank. So, yeah. If you're actually watching this right now, the archetype cards has 6 additional cards where you can put your own archetype, make up your own. Okay, so that's why it's blank, in case you're asking. But these are the 2 energies. Prince and servant, okay? Right, very romantic, very charming. Charm. Okay, so hopefully that actually resonated with you. That's all I have for you. If it didn't resonate, again, pick another pile or group. And if it still didn't resonate, well, it's not just really for you. You can pick out so many readers out there that are very, very, very talented. I love all of the readers. You know, I have high respect for all of the readers here at YouTube. You know, I watch a lot of their readings. They're awesome. You know, everyone, you know, sharing their gifts to bring clarity to people out there. So kudos to all of those readers at YouTube. Okay. All right. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in another pick a card reading. See ya. Love and light. Bye.